All right, in this video, you're gonna tag along for a couple days working here in the studio. I'm gonna be building crates, painting, doing a bunch of art, sanding, all the stuff that I do as an artist. Let's do it.
The best part about being bald is you don't get dust in your hair.
So first I cut up some sandpaper. I use 60 grit, 150 grit, 220 grit, and 320 grit to make a nice smooth surface to do my art on.
Sanding is no easy task. So let's go upstairs, start painting. So I gotta land my 30 by 40. I mix white in the resin to make it a base, and I add the color to that. Squeegee first time. Battery died as soon as I put in the catalyst. I feel like it's a good start. That's gonna be dry in 10 or so minutes. I kicked it hot. All right, so we're gonna get back up there and mix up the next color. I go a little darker than the last color.
So I'm adding a little darker blue to start building up the layers that I'm putting on this background. I just want to get a lot of movement, a lot of different colors in there. Most of this stuff is going to get buried, but it's just kind of part of the process of building up a interesting looking, colorful background. So these smaller ones are fun. I kind of just get to mess around. I'm just trying to get a bunch of color on there, moving resin around. I kind of like them sloppy. I kind of get to try out different movements that I can apply to larger pieces. But once again, just working the backgrounds, trying to build up some color. Here I am patching, finish the whales, clean the brush. So I mix up some light purple to kind of get some movement in this background. I had a really hard time with this color. As soon as I started putting it down, it was way too light for my likings, and I'm totally frustrated here. You can't tell. So my movements, I'm just trying to think about, okay, just whatever, make some movements, put this down. This is all going to get buried. A couple drips here and there to kind of let that layer pop through, but I had to move on. I was getting frustrated. On these smaller pieces, the light color wasn't bothering me too much, so I just, kept going with it. I'm going to bury this. There's going to be a lot of work going on the 30 by 40, so these 14 by 14s can kind of get a lot of the extra resin that comes with that larger piece.
11:30, have some lunch. See how that light purple is a bit dramatic? I think I'm gonna add some blue over it to just kind of bury it.
So I mix up some blue and get right back in it. I gotta hit these whales again. These whale tails are two-sided, so they take a lot of work. I get lost on what side I need to be painting. Here I am, pushing that blue, or pushing that light purple back. That purple really did me a number, so I just mix up some more blue, get a squeegee, smear some paint around. It ends up making a lot more cool texture that I like. It is more work, but in the end, it looks cooler. So
you can see how that blue kind of pushed back that light purple. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some good horizontal mounts on there.
I'm still adding some light blue to kind of bury that light purple that I put on. It was so dramatic that I'm still trying to push all those colors back. I'm painting the waves with my 2-inch chip brush. Nice fluid movements. All right, while that paint is drying, I'm going to chop up some foam. I got this awesome piece of glued up blanks here that I'm going to shape into a dolphin body.
That foam sculpture thing kind of got carried away with that. I'm all clean, took a shower. Let me show you this. This is just notes from a conversation and brainstorm that I kind of just had to get out. I like having the table covered in paper, because then you can always be drawing notes or sketching or doodling or throw out an idea without even moving or doing anything. All right, now I'm gonna sketch out some rainbow sharks real quick, just kind of get an idea of sizing and stuff, just kind of get this out of my brain real quick while it's here. Message from the gallery, needing a file. Shift over to computer work. Finally got the files all done. Trying to make sure that it's not too busy with sharks. Enough sharks to keep it happy, but not so many sharks that it's like your mind gets lost. That many sharks is too many, so next time I draw it, I'll have less sharks and be one step closer to having an awesome piece. When I haven't worked on a piece in a while, I almost get like nervous. Like I don't want to touch it again. Like, I don't want to mess it up. I'm using a razor blade. The flat edge is scraping off paint from the paint pens. It's a great eraser, but it's a horrible noise.
After tidying it up, I'm going to get some color and kind of do those last little details. Write the name in the shell, just really trying to finish everything up, get all the details sorted out. Sign my name correctly.
This part's kind of sketchy right now because there's little wet spots, and if you rub your arm through it, you can just, you can really ruin a piece. Getting pretty close to the final photo, so we'll take a final photo of it, send it to the collector, and they're like, yep, we love it. Then we can do the final gloss coat. So, there's a lot of paint right here. And if I hit that black line over all this, that's gonna be a nightmare. I need to just stop, walk away. 3:30, kind of ready to go home. Good morning. We are headed down to the gallery, have a art piece that I need to sign, get the dolly, and head to the Andaz. So my gallery is down in Wailea at the Andaz Awesome Resort, where I'm the artist in resin. A really cool program we put together in order to kind of bring a little more art experience into the resort. It's Haleakala right there. 2 weeks ago, a little dusting of snow on top. Incognito disguise. Doo-doo-doo-doo. So this is the art gallery. What? Too much coffee this morning. My tummy just started grumbling. I just realized that I should have packed the shipping crates I made for all this artwork. So I'll be coming down to the Andaz again. So this is what the back looks like. Oh, awesome Maui map. My goal is to one day walk from the gallery, catch a wave, come back into the gallery. That would be pretty amazing. I feel like every time I'm down at the gallery, I don't have a surfboard. Well, not taking that one out. That wall's looking good. Actually, all looking really good in here. Check this out. So rad. That's all the little doodles from the art classes. I love that stuff. Oh, I just got stuck right in there. Car switched, got my lunch. Well, it's about 10:15 and getting close to getting to the studio. Today we're gonna make a 3 aluminum crate. I gotta do some weighing and figure out how much each of these crates weigh so I can figure out what's the best to pack and ship everything. Gonna do some measuring cutting and get these crates going. trick. Get some pliers or vice grips, clamp it, spin it. Measure twice, cut once. I got my crates made. I gotta put some brackets on this. Oh. It's kind of a weird thing to be proud of, but I like how the back of the pieces look. I like to hand tighten the last part. You can see there, 2 300-pound French cleats. That thing's not going anywhere. You gotta make it strong enough so it doesn't fly off the wall here in Maui. We got crazy winds, so you gotta make sure that if someone opens the door or window, painting doesn't go flying by. What I'm gonna do right now is kind of try to finish up this map. I got just a little to do. Clean up a little dog print. Well, I think I am done with it. All right, let's get some photos of it. It's good to not leave your camera on the tripod because it's really easy for tripods to tip over. Sometimes it helps to have a SD card in your camera, huh? Yeah. All right, done with the computer. All right, well, I am feeling a little inspired, to be honest. See that? That little guy. That little sketch, that little noodle of a doodle brain. Got that. Now I just gotta turn that into something bigger, cooler, realer than this. Not much you can do with this. So this piece here is 18 by 24. That is the size of the paper that we use for our silkscreen prints. So now that I kind of have the sizing that I want to do the fish laid out, I'm just going to kind of lightly sketch out my idea, kind of get an idea of what the lines want to do, how quirky I want to make them, what's working, what's not. I can erase whatever, so I'm just kind of feeling it out, making sure it's going to look fun and whimsical like the original sketch. This is all going to get gone over with a thicker pen, so I'm just not too worried about the details. I'm just getting my basic idea, shape, and silliness across kind of in these pieces. I think this one. So what I did is basically, charted out where I want the fish to be. Now I'm gonna go in with my big Posca pen and I'm gonna hit these lines. I'm gonna hit them super fast. I'm gonna try to be as loose and whimsical as I can. The sketch is actually for one of the pieces we wanna do for the Andaz. There's a lot of paint in there, you really gotta. All right, here it goes. Here I am laying down the thickest Posca pen. It's such a great pen. You can just push a lot of ink around and get some nice steady lines. You can see my arms real steady, some fluid movements. I'm using the lines as a guide, but I'm not sticking to them completely. I just want to keep my hand moving. I want to get this quick, whimsical movement of line across as quickly as possible. Now I'm going to go in with a little finer tip pen and just tune up all the little spots I missed, the stuff that the fat tip just can't really get to. Thickness of the pen kind of makes the fish look really heavy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to get my white Posca pen and I'm just gonna trace around the inside and the outside, and that's gonna take off maybe a 1/16 of the black line. This technique really makes the lines unique and individual. Each line is gonna be quirky, it's gonna have different weights to it. It's gonna be kind of moving in and out, but very smooth and fun at the same time. This off.
So now I'm going to go back over all these lines and tune them in and make sure they're just nice and clean and sharp. Well, I'm digging it. Little options in here, so when I take it into the computer to print up the transparency, I have stuff to work with. I think that was pretty good. I think that was... All right, it's 3:45. I'm done for the day. Aloha. So I got a little sidetracked. I need to keep this surfboard moving forward, and it kind of needs a little work every day. So I forgot I had this resin already mixed up for both sides of the whale tail. So I'm gonna use this today. Some sort of bug poop right there. It's a big bug. So I'm gonna add the waves, another color of the waves to the whale tails. These are fun to paint, but they're a little tricky. You can see the concave in there, so I'm trying to make sure the resin doesn't pool up too much. But this lighter blue is looking good. You can see the layers are starting to build up on these. They're looking great. They're the first time I've done a whale tail like this, so it's kind of fun having two of them. That way I can kind of experiment a little on each one without, losing sight of what I'm trying to do.
Jump in here, set this up. I'm just gonna sand. I don't have a lot of time, so here we go.
So I sand these art box panels down to a 320 grit. It allows you to draw on them so easily with the Posca pens. These are for our art classes that we do in our art gallery, where you get to basically make your own piece of Welzie art. I'll put a link down below where you can learn more about the classes at the art gallery.
Well, I didn't get a chance to paint the other side of the whale tail. All right, overall, productive. All right, got all cleaned up. That's it for me today. I gotta go switch out with the missus, hang out with my little boy who's not feeling so well. I hope you enjoy it. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Aloha. You.